Hello! We're the Confused Yorkshiremen, and we're going to try and make ourselves less confused by asking each other questions. We're a podcast, by the way. I didn't mention that at the start, but if you're this far into this many episodes in, you probably already know that, and you can tell by the format what this is going to be. So if anything else, really, could probably just get right into it. It's my question first, isn't it?
Hi,
Yeah.
I'm George, by the way.
Yeah, I'm Ben as well, man.
But they fucking know who you are. We've got fucking labels under each of our names.
What if
Each
they're
one-
only audio listeners?
Oh, that's true.
It
Actually,
is a podcast, remember?
That is.
You
I
want
said
all
earlier
of
that
your
it is.
podcasts on YouTube.
Yeah,
To
I.
be fair, the old podcasts I watch are on YouTube, but
Yeah,
I won't derail it.
that's. We should derail any further than we already will, all the way through this. So I'm Frank.
I'm George
You're
again.
Oh, hi, I'm Ben.
Yeah, well, we're gonna actually do the introductions properly. Wonderful. So I'm first, and my question is:
I thought you were Frank.
they both begin with F. They both begin with F, so we're fine. My question is: do you believe that we, as in the average sort of your average person in at least the first world, will at some point be able to go to space? Not like as a I'm going to spend all my fucking life savings to go to space, but like on equivalent to say a trip to Disney World-esque price tag.
Is this like in our lifetime we're talking about? Or like
In our lifetime, not like next week, boys, let's go.
I'm gonna say no.
I think it's possible at the end of our lifetime, probably.
Yeah, but I'll ask you this: if we're just sending people up into space, what's the point for it? What's the point of investing all these resources to send people to space? Unless it
It's
is
tourism.
people paying money. Yeah, but then that's just people paying absorbent. I can't say that word. Lots of money just to go to space, and then that's why the company's doing it, to make money. It's not just like sending people to space, like Frank said. It's people spending a lot of money to go up there. I can't
But
see
if
any
you-
reason to send people
If
to
they
space.
managed to get it sort of commercialized enough that they had, because with Elon Musk's current stuff, he is still trying to sort of push this whole idea of an economic version of space travel.
It's not just Elon Musk, it's Virgin's doing it as well.
Yeah,
Virgin Galactic.
Yeah.
They did a test on one of planes that went on edge of space
Yeah,
this last week.
yeah.
Sometime.
I feel
There's-
like
There's also a company called Blue Origin as well. Don't know if you've heard of them.
no, I haven't actually.
So they've got like a capsule thing. It's got like, I think it's the capsule's got the most windows ever on it.
Ooh, well,
I mean,
like
it's
ever.
not a lot. It's like 8.
Oh,
8
okay.
windows.
When you said the most windows ever, I was like, out of what context? Out of a spaceship? That makes
Yeah.
sense. But like, if it was like the most windows ever, I don't know how many windows there been. I'm not gonna lie.
It's the most of being like a capsule.
Yeah.
It's a commercial thing, and it's costing 200 grand at the moment.
200 grand.
And what it does is you just go into space like a few minutes, and you get to like experience weightlessness and see like the Earth from space. And then you just land straight after.
What I don't understand is, why do people want to go to space? It's a horrible
it's rad
place.
as fuck.
It's a horrible place. We've got this.
Would you not want to experience it though?
If,
You have the chance.
We would be leaving the
Ah.
confines of our planet.
if I had a
It's-
reason for it, yeah, like if I were on a mission to go colonize another planet or go to Mars or something like that, and I was chosen to do that, then yeah. But if I'm just going to space for a laugh, it's like
People go scuba diving, they just go down there because they find it interesting and just want to experience it a bit.
well, that's just like a recreational activity. That's a pastime. Going to space is not a pastime.
It could
It
be in the
can be.
future though.
It could become a pastime.
Yeah, but not
like
in
going
our
on space.
lifetime.
We say this, but like, do you reckon people like 40 years ago reckon that we'd have what we had today in their lifetime?
I just can't see us having the resources to be launching people up into space willy nilly just for a bit of a recreational pastime.
Yeah, but we're getting all these reusable rockets now, and they're becoming a big thing. That's going to cheapen it loads.
Yeah, but
We
what
need
about
as
all of the
many-
rocket fuel? And then we've got to think about how we get in that rocket fuel.
What is rocket fuel made out of, actually?
I'm not
you know,
sure,
like
actually.
hydrogen or something?
Yeah, hydrogen's pretty fucking plentiful. Not gonna lie, my friend.
Yeah.
We have a lot of it.
Yeah, but when you burn the hydrogen, what does it produce? Because it's not going to be expelling hydrogen. We're going to be replacing hydrogen for something else
That's true, but we have a
in the
lot of hydrogen.
atmosphere.
We don't have to worry about that yet. I'm talking like, this is a future problem.
I mean, if we start doing it commercially, going to space, then there's going to be people going out mining asteroids and stuff like that, so you get even more resources to fund it.
Okay,
Which
how
will
many
probably happen in
local
our
asteroids?
lifetime.
How many local asteroids is there within reach of people just going there, not taking months to get there, years to mine it, and then months to transport it back?
I reckon they would just do it like that, though. There'd be contracts to be like yearly like few years contracts. Like people
To be
going on an
fair,
oil rig, they have to spend like a year or half a year on it, don't they?
that's true,
A
but I feel like
contract.
there is a difference with an oil rig. Like the sheer scale of the situation with, say, if I was like, okay, if you turn around to me and it's like, Frank, you are 42 years old. You've got to go spend 5 years on this mission to mine things. You got to go leave your family behind, but your family will be well cared for. And I'm like, my wife's going to leave me at some point in this situation, right? At some point in this 5 years, she's going to leave. That's how this is going to go down.
It's not like just everyone's going to be taking up this job. There's like a certain type of person that goes on these jobs.
That is true. There are certain kinds of people, but it's like it'd be such a weird and alone experience because how many people are you sending? And also, when you're sending people, how much food is going with them?
Well, that's the main thing. That's the most expensive thing about space. It's the cost of living. And do you know how much it costs a year to keep the ISS up and running?
Ooh, what is the current costs?
$4 billion a year.
To be fair, is that split between like how many nations?
I think that's how much NASA spends on it.
Is that NASA? Just NASA? Let me have a look. ISS running costs.
Whilst you're looking that up, I looked at what rocket fuel actually is. It's just liquid hydrogen and liquid oxygen. And when it's combined, the fuel releases water.
Oh,
Which I didn't expect.
And then you can
That's-
split up the water again.
You,
Make
you,
hydrogen
you
oxygen.
can just split up water, Ben. That takes a lot of energy to split up water.
Well, if we start doing renewable energy, it won't be that bad.
the cost of the International Space Station, including development, assembly, and running over 10 years, is close to 100 billion. However, that is split between 100 billion euros. It's the 100 billion is shared between United States, Russia, Canada, and Japan, and 10 European nations. So when NASA's like, we should pull out of paying for the ISS because it's costing us too much money, it's like, so you want to make everyone else pay more money? What the fuck? You can't just do
Yeah.
that. Like, you can't just go like, you can't just help build something and then just stop paying for the fucking. It's like renting a house with your mates and then going, just not going to pay rent anymore. I'm just off.
Imagine being one of those astronauts on the ISS. You just like there, just you won't piss about a single second, would you? Like people are spending billions for me to be up here. I'm not just gonna have a day off.
You know, on the ISS, the astronauts went on strike one time.
Really?
I didn't know that.
So
Why? What for?
basically, every waking hour they were having to run tests, and eventually it just killed. It basically like they were waking up,
A bit
eating,
burnt out.
just doing like their tests for the day, eating, test for the day, sleep, and it just burned them out. They were like, I need to do something else. I'm going mental up here, and so they just went on strike. And what the fuck are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
Shut off their oxygen.
Yeah, like what are you gonna do? So yeah, they ended up having to cave to their demands, which weren't even that unreasonable. It was like, yo, can we get like an hour of free time a day? It's like, can I be able to, send some messages to my family? Like you'd think that would be the default package, but no, they weren't supposed to be doing that.
Did you know that space tourism has already kind of happened? Like,
Really?
I think there's been like 7 people that's paid to go up to the ISS.
Really?
It was like $20 million tickets or something.
That's
They
insane.
got to
That's not a
spend
lot
a
to go
week
to.
on the ISS for that.
That probably costs more.
And they
Why
had
would
to
you
run
want to-
tests as well still.
They start to run tests.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. Why would you want to spend a week on the ISS?
To
It's
be
an
fair,
experience.
you would
You'd
get to
never
tell
get to
people you've
experience
been to
that again.
space. I would tell people that I've been to space. I'd be like, guys, I've been to space. Space is
I'd
fucking
rather just
rad.
explore the Earth. There's loads of that I won't see in my lifetime. What's the point in going up to this nothingness where there's no gravity? Ooh,
It's
It's
there's
like-
no gravity, George.
Yeah.
That's cool as fuck.
there's a
It's
reason we
the
have
experience
gravity.
unlike-
All I have to do is go there for like a day at most.
It's an
but
experience
You
unlike
can still
anything
explore
you
the
can get
Earth
on
after
Earth.
that.
What's the point of me doing putting all these resources and all this cost into me going into space for a day?
And you know what?
Let's-
Using all the
you're-
resources to just go and explore the Earth. What's the
Not
point?
as much as it is to get to space, Ben.
I feel like with a lot of these, like, it's all about whether or not it gets to the point where the infrastructure's there for it. Because if the infrastructure that
If we
doesn't
can
get
build
to
a roller coaster that's really big and it just detaches at the end and launches you into space, then yeah, I see it
Well,
happening.
that's a way to do it, innit? One of ways, one of theories.
Are you on
Well,
about like?
It's an electromagnetic like rail gun sort of thing.
I
Just
don't
fires them
get
off
Yeah, but
that's
if you're doing that,
terrifying.
then how do people get back down safely?
parachutes.
Parachute. So you're just gonna say to these
To be
people,
fair,
you might land in this country. You might land in this country that's currently at war. Have fun.
have fun landing in the Gaza Strip. That's not about. Oh no.
That's what. How can you
I mean,
with health and safety? How could you safely do that? Like I understand you can get them in up there, but what? How do you get them back down? That's
With
what I'd be
the-
thinking. How do I get home? I don't want to spend the rest of my time in no gravity. Ooh, it'll be novel for a day, and then it'll be like, you know what? I miss gravity.
Nah, but George, imagine being able to just sort of go, "Ooh, I want to go over there," and then lightly tap the floor, and then just float.
Yeah, but what happens when
Yeah.
you can't reach any surface and you're just floating there? And you're like, well, shit. What do I do
Okay,
now?
you
okay.
still have an atmosphere inside your couch, so you can like move yourself over.
You could just go and just fly. Like
Yeah.
that is an option.
You
that-
two have an obsession with flying.
I just
Can't we
want to fly, George.
Oh, I just pressed a macro. I hope that didn't mess anything up. But
So you've got lots of people like George who just don't really care about space for some reason. Do you
I'd
think?
care if we had a reason to go to space, but at the moment I don't think
Yeah,
we do.
so that's what I'm saying. What if people start building like something like theme parks or something in space
Why?
to get people to keep on going
Right.
to space to
Of all the
fund it
things-
still?
After all the things we could do after going to space,
Why would we immediately?
how would
build
a theme park in space
Well,
help
not necessarily a
anybody?
theme park, but something, a reason to go up there.
What? So you're just
Again.
going to commercialize space and make it a tourist attraction?
Well, yeah.
This sounds. I'm not gonna lie. I don't like this anymore. I don't
don't
like the
know.
idea that we're just commercializing. I want like a. I just
This is
want
what we
some.
were talking about before, though. Just going to space, that'll be a commercial
That is
thing.
true. That is true. I just want to experience it, Ben. I like.
Yeah, you
I
still
feel
be
like,
able to experience it.
but I feel like the first step of
Yeah, but
getting
you'd
into
need to be on a
space
mission or something. It'd be boring.
Isn't
Like a
theme
mission to
park.
Mars, mission to Venus. Let's burn ourselves.
Let's not
You know
go
what
to
I mean?
Venus.
Well, we would be going to like Mars and stuff. Like, we're not just saying, oh, we're just going to stick to just flying in orbit of the Earth for space.
Well, it's
We'd be
it's
trying
weird
to get to Mars and the moon and stuff and building bases there.
Yeah, but who's just going to say, "Oh, I'm going to take a trip to Mars"? It's several months there, several months back.
That's at best because several months there, several months
Yeah,
back.
that's when the Mars is closest to us in the solar
Like,
system. With
So
the-
you've got several months there, several months back. You can only make that trip at a certain point in the year. So when you arrive,
you've
you
got
now
to
have to-
wait.
you now have a year-long stay on Mars.
I don't
You
know if
can't-
it is a year or if it's more.
It'll be a Mars year at
You
least.
might would take like a couple of gap years and go to Mars.
What are you
Search off the world, go to Mars.
It'll be a Mars.
There's gonna be
George.
stuff to do there.
You're going to be doing nothing but surviving.
That's what I'm
If
doing
you're
in
like
real life.
If you're like someone who just wants to go somewhere and survive, like a desert island sort of thing, but on Mars, then fair enough.
Okay,
But who's
I-
gonna?
I'm hoping that if they've set up a situation where I, Frank, can get to Mars, someone before me has set up some survival situations, unless they've gone the scattershot shotgun approach for colonization and gone, we're going to select random fucking people and just fire them at Mars and see if they make it. Maybe they
Why
will.
don't they just take like convicts and prisoners, put them all in a spaceship and send them to Mars? They
Okay,
can be
'cause then we get-
reformed by
Dude,
Mars.
Australia, Birch.
We'd get Australia again. Like, and I don't think
Do you want to make
colonizing.
Mars a penal colony?
The ones have been launched to a different, exiled to a different planet. That would be funny.
Yeah, but then inevitably, right, 200 years down the line, you've got a planet of exiles, right, that hate Earth for exiling to them. They're this fucking awful orange rock planet.
Yeah.
Is
And
this the
then-
plot of The Expanse?
I think this is the plot to The Expanse.
And then, right, we have a war in space which accelerates our technology even further.
Or it
I mean-
just kills us, George.
Well,
A decently sized spaceship just hitting Earth? Well, that's fucked.
I've got
yeah.
Mars.
Yeah, we're going to say,
might lose
if
one.
Earth gets wiped out, we've still got Mars. We can recolonize Earth once it's stabilized.
Because it stabilizes in a couple hundred years.
Yeah,
Well,
we can
it's only
wait.
100 years.
That's...
We can be patient.
And if they
Can
both
we-
get destroyed, we could just be like a migrant fleet that just flies about.
Okay, we'd
So
run out of
nomad
food.
species.
Yeah,
We can farm on spaceships.
we can farm on spaceships.
That's true.
We can have the ship like within Wally. Do you remember?
Oh, we all get to
where
be really
everyone's
fat.
in chairs.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Living the dream.
BNL, by and large.
You know what? I can't remember Wally very much.
Oh,
I
it's a
just remember.
fucking great movie.
It is pretty good.
I do
fucking
like
love
movies like that, like How to Train Your
Eva!
Dragon and stuff. Like
All the
is it
kids'
like-
Oh,
films,
how-
Disney,
how-
Pixar, and DreamWorks.
Disney Pixar, yeah,
How to Train Your Dragon, not
is
gonna
the
lie.
best. The first
That's
one,
Oh,
it makes
it's
me
rad
cry
as-
watching it. It's so,
You know that
oh.
it's completely different from the books.
You know
in
the
the-
old books.
I
There-
don't know
there's
the
a-
book.
There's a book series, but the How to Train Your Dragon movies are completely different. Toothless is not a Night Fury in the books. He's like this little tiny shit dragon, like one of the ones that flies around. And everyone on the island already trains dragons. They all go into like a cave and pick a dragon out. They pick an egg. They have to steal an egg basically, and that's the dragon they raise. But Hiccup is the son of the chief, but he's a fucking little wuss. And so he picks the tiny dragon, whereas like Snotlout gets a big fucking. I believe it's the one that can set itself on fire.
I know. I can't remember its name, but I know which one you're on about.
Yeah, that's something nightmare or terrifying something. The only
Isn't it
dragon
like
I can remember,
Crackler or something, because it like cracks its jaw and sets itself on fire.
something like that. I know the Gronkle. I like the Gronkle. That's my favorite one. The one that's just a. But yeah, those books are completely different. To get back to space, though, not How to Train Your Dragon. I'm not gonna lie, my question should have been something to do with How to Train Your Dragon. That's next week. Welcome next week to the How to Train Your Dragon podcast.
Speaking of like DreamWorks films, SHReK. You know his, the title and his name. On the poster or something.
Yeah.
All of the letters in his name is capitalized apart from the E.
No, don't fucking tell me that.
It was pointed out to me the other day.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Sorry, what was that? I was looking at the catalogue of different types of dragons in the How to Train Your Dragons.
Oh
On
my god,
Shrek's
it is!
name, all the letters in his name are capitalized apart from the E.
Ah. You know what? I feel like I've seen that before, but it's not clicked.
I don't like.
It is.
Is that just how ogre language works? It's like that's like an accent in their language.
All the
Shrek's
vowels
such a good movie
are
as well.
lowercase.
I don't like this, Ben. You fucking.
I like how I just blow your mind by every episode. Something like before it was Gogglebox's reaction video.
It's in all of them. It's not just the first one. It's in like SHReK the Third. It's in SHReK 2. What about SHReK Forever After?
Are the E's in forever and after capitalized or not?
Oh my god, it's the exact same for. It's just the E's though. The other vowels are still capitalized. So it's just E. It's just E.
What's wrong with Eve?
I don't know. I don't know. Is there a one after Forever After?
No, that's most
I don't
recent
think so.
one.
I think it's last one.
Forever After's one where he goes back in time and
Yeah, he has to like.
Fiona's an absolute savage.
I'm
Yeah,
sure they're making a fifth one.
Of course
Well-
they will, because it'll sell.
Yeah. Okay, should we get back to space?
Sorry, I'm caught up on SHReK 5 now. Like, okay.
I mean,
yeah,
if I could go to space and watch the first space viewing of SHReK, then
see,
you
see,
could have,
you'd be
like,
in there.
driving
Space
car
cinema.
parks, but it's a driving space cinema. Yeah, but then you'd have to have your own spaceship.
Or if
I
you
don't think
project the film on the moon.
I mean,
Yeah,
that's...
but what if like the moon's like crescent and you only get like
you only see the end of Donkey's tail.
You just go to the other side of the moon on the dark side and project it on there.
So we'd have to have a huge set. This is incredibly elaborate, Ben.
Wait,
Would it not sell?
why would you project it on the dark side of the moon? Because no one on the Earth would see it.
Exactly, so you have to pay to go to the other side and watch it. You can't just watch it for free.
Yeah.
Okay, I feel like there's far better commercialization opportunities in space than what we're thinking of. I'm thinking,
Yeah, what
just
is there
want
to do in space? Let's be real.
it's just big and empty.
It's just big and empty. There's nothing that. That's the whole point of space. It's just nothing. It's space. It's empty space. Like, I don't understand people. Like, it's just an. Space is just like a obstacle that we need to go through to get to something interesting. So why do people want to go to the boring place?
Because I think it's. There's this
Like,
romantic
if we were going to other
idea.
planets and like exploring planets, like a pathfinder sort of thing, like I were exploring planets, and yeah, I'd be all up for that.
Did you just quote Mass Effect Andromeda at me?
Well, the term pathfinder isn't exclusive to Mass Effect Andromeda.
Yes, but name me another franchise where pathfinders go to different planets to and explore.
I'm not. Are you going to set me off on talking about Mass Effect, Frank?
We're not.
Because I can do that.
Okay. You get to go to space, right? But you're on a Mass Effect theme.
I'm a part of the N7 program.
You get to dress up in the N7 outfit. You go on this Mass Effect theme park. Everyone's dressed as different aliens. You know, you get to go to that weird Asari dance bar. Like,
Which one?
oh god, there's multiple.
Yeah,
thought
there's
there was just
multiple
one
in the Presidium, which is at the Citadel. There's Kara's dens on the Citadel. I can't remember the name at one.
Why
on
are there so
Omega.
many Asari like dancing bars? I know why there's so many Asari dancing bars on
Yes,
Citadel.
they're nice blue skin. I mean, if there
But
were
what-
nice blue skinned ladies up in space, then I'd be all up for going.
Okay, George.
Yep.
The more we develop the space program, the higher the chance there is of finding blue-skinned space alien ladies.
Yeah, but we say this, but if we ever encountered an alien species, the first thing wouldn't be let's have sex with it.
Are you sure?
I feel like there's two layers. There's the people that go burn the alien, it's disgusting, and there's people like, can we fuck it? Those are going to be the two groups.
I mean,
That's what's
you
gonna split.
can fuck anything if you had.
Exactly.
Oh.
And that's what I think the political split will be when we meet aliens. It's no longer going to be left wing, right wing. It's alien fuckers and alien haters.
So First Contact is not going to go anything like it goes in any movie or video game. Or anything.
It's going to be
rather
like
going to be shoot them or seduce them.
it's going to be either or hey, you want to grab a You're so funny.
Do you come to the Sol system often? And they're just looking at you with their non-human eyes and their non-human speech, and they're like, and we're like, hi.
Hey, how you doing? How you doing?
Well, yeah, but they'd be completely different cultural. What if it's like a thing where they don't wear clothes, and we're like, oh, they don't wear clothes, but they're looking at us like, what are those things on their body?
They
Are
probably
they
understand
ashamed of themselves?
They probably understand like covering of the body if they've got onto space. Because
Well,
they need to wear space suits at some point. I feel like
maybe
the
they
idea,
just have spaceships, and they're naked in the spaceships.
to be fair, if I was in a spaceship and I didn't have to wear clothes,
What do they do when they're repairing the spaceship outside?
I'd be very
maybe
quick about the
maybe they're more
situation.
developed than us,
All
and
the
they've
breath.
adapted to space, and their skin seals out the loss of any oxygen.
I feel like there's trade-offs there, right? Like skin that is so like sealed that you don't lose any oxygen. You're not going to be able. because you kind of
Well,
have
you
like
don't breathe through your skin. It doesn't matter that things get...
there's slight elements to it. It
I mean, you
helps
wouldn't be
with
able to
something.
sweat properly or anything like
Yeah.
that, but maybe
They'll
they
be able
just
to
try it out.
Yeah, but then they need to have tear ducts, which is an opening.
Well, yeah, but the fluid that's on it creates a seal.
Does it?
So-
I don't think
so
that's true.
It's like a structural...
I don't think that's true in a
That's how it
zero
works.
pressure, zero G environment.
Ah, yeah, it is. They've got thick liquid.
Oh my god.
You're making these aliens sound less sexy.
It's like
George.
jelly.
I'm not
Yeah, just
about
like
it.
jelly. You can seal things with jelly. It's like gum. It's like bubble gum.
Imagine every time you cried, it had the consistency of bubblegum.
Yeah, but the aliens would be like, imagine every time you cried it has the consistency of water. We'd be the weird ones to them.
Like, what if we got out into like the universe? What if like every alien is like 20 foot tall?
I
And-
mean, the only problem with that is the bigger things get, it's harder for them to survive.
yeah, but
So
like,
they
what
even
if,
get stepped on.
Yeah.
can you not speak ever? But like, we've got no idea. Like, but surely if they're living on a different planet with different gravity circumstances, would that
Well, yeah,
mean?
if gravity is less, then there could be more massive to counteract that difference in gravity.
But like, say we arrive
But
there.
at the same time, if something's bigger, you need more energy to sustain it. So
That's
they
true.
probably end up killing
What if
themselves
that-
off by consuming all the resources before they ever get the chance to go explore other planets.
But what if we do that? What if like the actual optimal size is like
We
half
probably
human
already
height?
have. We've probably fucked up
Oh,
the
that's
Earth too much.
depressing. Yeah, we have like we've fucked this planet.
Like, we've not fucked it, but we've changed it a lot. It's
Yeah,
different,
we've
and you can't see it. But I mean, you can feel it. How many, like... Do you remember when England used to be never be sunny? And now it's constantly sunny and then constantly rains for a month? It's
Yeah,
just, when it's
yeah.
hot, it's really hot.
Did it hail?
Do you
in the
remember when it
middle
used
of
to
the day?
snow when you were kids and it just
It
doesn't
held a
snow
few times a
anymore?
week.
It hailed like right in the middle of the day yesterday for me. Like I was out.
Yeah.
I went to work.
Yeah,
I
it
was
did
at-
rain
I
for
was-
a little bit.
No, it was hail with where I was.
Oh, raining
And I-
over here.
Yeah,
It's
just
not.
raining here.
Yeah, but that's not that far away from you
Only
guys. Why
20
the
minutes
fuck?
at most.
Why the fuck was it hail for me?
Because
I
you were
curse
outside
God?
feeling it. I mean, I heard it might have been hailing. I heard it. It sounded heavy. It might have been hailing. I didn't look. I was too busy staring at my computer screen because I got nothing better to do.
You didn't play Mass Effect. For...
Yeah, I was playing Mass Effect. That's what I was doing. If you want me to talk about Mass Effect,
No,
Oh.
we're not. But I feel like bring us back to commercial space travel. I feel like it would have to become popular enough, and also sort of become easy enough for the price point to lower. Because in essence, it'd just be like commercial flight. Because flight for a long time was exclusively the purview of the rich. But then,
I mean, talk about flight. If you were using it to fly people along the edge of space, like if you were going like, oh, Japan to England, let's take the space plane. Then yeah, sure, that'd be cool. Like you
It would
get
be
there
faster.
Well,
Yeah.
that's what Virgin Galactic's doing.
that is their whole business model. The idea of
Like if the objective of it isn't tourism or anything like that, and it's transportation, I understand that.
would it be more or less polluting to travel across the edge of space?
Well,
I mean, it depends
you
what
just
fuel you're
get
using
there,
there.
then you can glide down.
Yeah, that's
But
true.
then
Also, yeah.
training people to do that, geez, I couldn't imagine just gliding
Jet
down to a
fuel's
specific location.
different to rocket fuel, isn't it?
Yeah, because as we've established, rocket fuel just makes water. Why don't we fuel everything off rocket fuel?
Yeah.
I want
Because
my car.
rockets you can't control. Once you set them off, they just burn. It's not like you can adjust the strength of a rocket. You set it and then set it off. It's not
I
like
don't
a
know if
jet.
that's true.
That is true. That is what a rocket is. You just set a rocket off.
What if?
I've played Kerbal Space Program. That's not true.
They're not rockets. They're thrusters in that. It specifically says it's a thruster, not a rocket.
Do they not use the same fuel as rocket?
I don't know. I don't know what Kerbal Space Program uses for fuel.
Okay.
But I'll look up the definition of a rocket. But I type in rocket to Google. It says Rocket League. You don't know what a Rocket League?
Some you're talking about are the boosters, are they? The solid.
the solid
Yeah, but
like fuel
the-
boosters.
Yeah.
Can we get to space on just thrusters?
Well, you'd get the rocket up,
Or about
and
it,
then
I'm not a rocket science.
the thrusters would
scientist.
control the descent.
Why don't we just build a
really.
big cannon that fires people into space? It could
Well,
be like
That's
the
what Ben
future-
said earlier.
That's the
Future-
railgun thing.
Yeah, that's the railgun. And
No,
you
not a
could
railgun.
claim-
It uses an explosion to propel you, not
I think the explosion
a
could be big
magnetic
enough.
field.
Okay, an explosion to be big enough would.
Big nuke.
Yeah, we'd
It
have to
would have to
develop.
be bigger than that.
Well, there was the idea that they had.
I get this. I just thought of a brilliant idea: creating artificial tornadoes that go up to the edge of space and then riding the tornado up to space
Okay, first step. How do you make an artificial tornado?
with enough heat,
Just
pressure.
hardcore there, isn't it?
Yeah,
Okay, how do you stop the tornado from just leaving?
you make air guns that fire into the tornado from all directions to keep it fixed in one
I feel
place.
like it's easier to make a railgun than do this.
Yeah, but once you have your tornado, it's there forever, and you only need to put enough
Is it?
energy.
Would you
to
build
keep
the
it there.
railgun? It's there forever.
I know. All you need is some electromagnets.
Like,
But I think that would be really cool. I'd have. I don't know. I think it'd be cool. A tornado to space. Come on.
you're deciding on things based on whether or not they're cool. Which you earlier were like, oh, why would you go to space? Just because it's cool.
No,
Like,
but I'm not about going to space. I'm about designing ways to get to space. That's a completely different thing.
we could just build a space elevator. These
Why-
are.
Why
there's
don't we
concept.
just put a water source in space that'll create a waterfall, and we just swim up the waterfall?
Oh, like in Minecraft.
Yep, like in Minecraft.
Oh,
I don't know. Do you own 2 buckets of water? Because I don't.
But we can-
you don't need two, you just need one.
Oh my
you
god,
only
we
need
did-
one source.
Yeah, but then I've got to go all the way back down. Oh no, we do only need one source.
No,
Yeah, but
what you do is you just fall all the way down to Earth, and then
you need to put
just
lava
before you
next
hit
to
the
it.
water.
It makes
You go back.
cobblestone, then you can put a ladder up.
Oh, and then we
I
have
would
infinite...
not want to climb a ladder to space. That
Do you
would
remember
be
You like
so
to swim up to space. Or
Yeah.
uses more energy swimming or climbing a ladder.
I just hold spacebar, so it's fine.
yeah.
You just hold W, it'll be
Yeah.
fine.
Oh fuck, he's right there. Do you remember the bit in Metal Gear Solid 3 where it's the really
Oh,
long
the really
ladder?
long ladder. I
I want you to
remember
imagine that, right? But it's all the way up to the fucking stratosphere.
You'd starve to death unless you're eating on the ladder. You'd
Oh.
run out of energy before you get to the top of the ladder. Your hands would cramp up, and you'd just be like, you know what? The ground feels better than space, and you just let go.
I'm a service station halfway up.
I feel like you need multiple. You can't just have one halfway.
Right. I'm gonna. How many miles to make it to space? Do you think you could climb 62 miles up a ladder?
I could walk 62. I can't walk 62 miles.
Upwards, directly upwards. Could you walk 62 miles directly up? You've got magnetic boots on.
I don't know.
You cannot walk 62 miles upwards.
I feel like after like the first 31, you'd be like, well, I'm halfway now.
It'll get easier higher up because less gravity.
Like, yeah, I feel like if you gave me like a little bench to sit on, like every 10 miles.
How are you gonna
I
sit
got
on
to
a
take-
bench? You're on a ladder.
I give you like a little stepping off point, like a halfway house, where I can have like a little snack, you know, a little snack, a little nap.
I mean,
A
if you
rest.
think you can do that, I just
So
don't.
are we saying that commercial spaceflight, we just don't think it's going to happen
I think it
Not in
will.
our
but at
lifetime.
the end of our lifetime.
right at the end? Oh, we're going to be like 80 and we're not going to be able to go up because it'll be like, oh, the G-forces will kill us. And it'll be like,
Oh,
fuck.
I'm just saying that Blue Origin thing for 200 grand. I was surprised how cheap that is. I was expecting it to be like millions.
Yeah.
Why do you want to do it, Ben?
I mean, for cheap enough, I'd do it.
If it was like equivalent to say, how much is like a Disneyland package holiday? I wouldn't know. I've never been to Disneyland.
No idea.
I also don't know. Why would I go to Disneyland? I'm not a girl.
And that's sexist. First up,
No, 'cause all the people who like Disney is the girls who grew up with it. That's all the people I know. They're like fanatic
I
about
like Disney.
Disney. I like Disney, but I'm not fanatic enough to go to Disneyland.
I mean, I'd go one day.
I'd go.
Shall we all go to Disneyland? Just us.
Yeah. Should we go to the
Yeah.
Paris one or the Florida one?
Oh, which one costs more?
I mean, we can drive to
I
Paris.
mean, I feel like the Paris one would be cheaper because it's just pretty
the
close to it.
7-day ultimate ticket and the 14-day one is currently the exact same price, which is £439 for an adult. Also,
Is this for the Florida one?
yeah. Also,
How much is
Disney-
flight to Florida?
I don't want
Disneyland-
my first time going to America being going to Disneyland, Florida.
Did you know that Disneyland considers an adult 10 plus?
Really?
I was gonna say something, but I'm not gonna say it.
I don't know. That's a little risky statement there. Disneyland. It's Disneyland, isn't it? If it's
I don't know if it's Disneyland or Disney World.
Disneyland is the one in Paris. Disney World is the one in Florida.
Yeah.
Flights plus hotel.
I don't think it's gonna be £200,000. I think it's gonna be cheaper than space.
Yeah, but like
It'd
I
probably
want to.
$2,000 at most.
It is you can get a package holiday for about $1,000-ish. That's for 2 adults.
Is that
Two
accommodation and flights?
Price includes flights, accommodation, and tickets,
Okay.
which isn't too bad. Well,
Is it all inclusive?
no.
Oh,
Ooh,
I don't want to go anyway. It's not all inclusive.
I know, right?
Really?
It says
I can't have a Disney princess giving me drinks.
stepping on me.
You'd be one of those weirdos that hires the Disney princess up into the room, which is like, "Where's the child?" It's like, "I am the child." Step on me,
No,
Mommy.
no. That's like weird and gross. Like-
oh, Frank, like you're not weird and gross. Come on, I know
But
you.
I'm not that weird and gross. Like, they're just trying to do their job, George. They just want to like show up. They're getting paid probably
Yeah,
not
but you know
enough.
that's happened to them.
I know, but that doesn't mean I have to do it. Like,
Oh yeah, I'm not saying that, but I'm saying you could be one of those people that do it.
But why? What do you mean I look
Because
like...
you're lonely and you want a princess to look after you.
Oh no.
Why are you calling me lonely? Fuck, man. Don't out me. I'll start... Like, fuck. How? Ouch.
Okay, well,
We'll move
so
on.
what happened
Okay.
about space travel? We've spent more time talking about animated films and Disney than
Random
talking about the
garbage.
question.
It's because we go off on weird tangents, but I feel like it all comes back to the core thing of currently.
I just can't see a reason for it just yet, other than if a company does it solely to make someone money.
It's true. It's true.
Like if Elon Musk turns around and said, "You know what? I want to be the richest person ever to exist, not just in my lifetime, but ever. So I'm gonna convert all of my stuff."
I think he
into
currently already
commercialised."
is.
I thought Jeff Bezos. Well,
I think.
He overtook Jeff Bezos.
I think Elon overtook him recently, and then made a Twitter post about it. Just be like, "Away."
okay.
But it's like people love Elon Musk a lot, but then they forget that he won't let his workers unionize. He actively
Jeff Bezos
encouraged.
is still most richest. He's got 181.6 billion, and Musk has 163.7 billion. That's a lot of money.
You know what's insane? Between those two, they could.
They can't
much-
fund the ISS for a year.
No, they can. Give me a sec. Wait. Cost to end world hunger.
There was enough food in the world to feed everyone.
Yeah, there is. It would cost 330 billion to end world hunger by 2030. How much do each of them have?
More than that combined.
Yeah, they can. They
They'll have
could.
340.44.
Though both of those two people could end world hunger between them and not even stop being billionaires.
Yeah, but they don't just have that money. That's in assets, so that's
Yeah,
in
but
their
the-
companies and everything like that.
That's
You
their
can't
net
just
worth. That's
expand
true.
all of their companies
That's
and go,
true,
"Here you
but
go, let's
they-
turn it into money." That's not how it works.
It's still
They
a
could-
fraction of their money.
You'd
Well,
still need someone else to buy that off of you. So you need whoever's
So-
solving world hunger to buy their companies off them for that much money.
So you wouldn't necessarily have to buy the companies off them. You just split it up. It's almost like having huge companies
No,
that
'cause
monopolize certain things.
you can't just if you turn a company, get rid of it, and create money out of nowhere for that company, then the rate of inflation will go up a lot.
It's is that how the net
You can't
worth
just
is
turn a
measured?
company into money.
How is
It's
net
got its worth.
measured?
Unless someone buys out the company.
Net worth is calculated by subtracting all liabilities from assets. An asset is anything earned that has monetary value. Does Bezos directly own Amazon, or is he just the CEO?
Well, the CEO was the owner.
Technically not, because there's a board of directors as
There'll
well.
be people who has shares in his company, so he won't have 100%.
Yeah, but that just means he could
It's not a
sell
lot
his
of shares.
Yeah,
Oh,
he could
yeah.
just.
Do you know how much one share is worth? It's worth like $3,000.
It's insane.
I know.
But it's.
Then
But
compared to Apple, that's like £100.
But the core element of the thing is that he could, like, Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos could end world hunger without even losing being billionaires. This is an option available to them. Of course, you can make the argument they would be disbanding their company and all that, but I feel like ending world hunger is a pretty good reason for not having Teslas anymore.
To solve.
But the simple fact is, they can.
Yeah.
They could do it, George. And they're just not.
How do you solve world hunger?
It was in essence.
You don't know, do you?
I could go find it. So it was
Right. We're going very much off track.
This could be a different question for a different week. How
That
do you
could
stop
be.
world hunger?
Okay.
No, Frank's just put that in spreadsheet. That's next week's question for Frank.
Yeah. And it's gonna be. I'm gonna
And
go
he's
take
done his research on Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk.
I'm gonna go
and how
take
they
the
can
money from
convert
them
their
by
business
force.
into money.
And Frank's making the
Yeah,
Twitter, and it's
I
going
think-
to tweet at him.
Yeah,
I think
I'm gonna
Frank-
tweet. I'm gonna be like, Elon, why haven't you, solved world hunger?
And he'll go, fuck off. You are not worth my time.
And
And you'll be like, okay. What are you going to do?
continuously spamming until I get blocked. And then
What's
I'll
going to
have
happen when you have a restraining order from Elon Musk?
okay, I don't think having a restraining order from Elon Musk is going to affect me at all, seeing as he lives in fucking America.
Well, what if you want to move to America, but he's completely kicked you out?
I don't want to move to America.
Why not? It's the land of dreams.
It's the land
The
of
land of the free.
It's the land of
Best
the
country in
free.
the world.
Land of the free, apart from the healthcare.
Anyway, who's next for a question?
I'll go. So, lockdown. It's starting to get eased up a bit now in Britain. Hopefully. Whatever.
Well, that's it, unless it gets locked back down.
Yeah. So it's been like just over a year now since we first locked down. How has it affected you?
Oh.
I mean, I work from home permanently now. I get to. In fact, I'm not going to say that in case someone from my work listens. I'm not just going to say.
That's when we first episode did you hate your job as well?
Yeah. I don't hate it. It's all right.
Is it
I
just
don't
that you've
like
lost the
it
passion
either.
for it?
I've definitely lost the passion for it. Yeah, definitely. I think I've done that more since the lockdown because I'm just working from home and I feel like I'm so disconnected from my company. Like there used to be opportunities, new jobs going that I could apply for, and now it's like they don't do any of that. It's just my office is 4 hours away from me. So it's like, yeah, you just do your job and be over there. Up in north, we'll be down south and manage company. You'll be up in north doing your job.
Yeah, you do the technical work. The rest of us will just do the managerial shit.
And it's a bit sad because I've got no friends at work. All the people I work with now, because basically what happened is they got rid of the team and got a new team, but I got to stay because I'm good. And I've never met. I don't even know what half of the people I work with look like. I don't know what my manager looks like. Yeah, I talk to her daily. I don't know what she looks like.
I thought I should have made you do like Zoom calls or something.
No, we just talk over Microsoft Teams for about 5 minutes. And it's like, oh, good job. Carry on. It's like, okay, cheers.
Okay, I will continue doing what I'm doing.
Yes, what I am doing. But yeah, I
Oh,
don't know. I don't know. I don't know what to say about lockdown. It's not been too bad, but there's definitely times where I felt very lonely, especially at the start. Like I had 3 months where I didn't see my girlfriend. Oh my god, she was falling out with me because all she wanted to do was have like video calls and stuff, and I hate video calls. And all I wanted to do was play video games, and she couldn't understand that I just wanted to play video games.
rather than speak to her at all.
Rather than yeah, but you
Rather
know
than
what I
that,
mean. Video calls are
rather
like
than interact with the woman in my life, I just wanted to play video games
yeah,
with the
but the thing about
boys.
video calls is you talk for about 10 minutes. The conversation goes stale because there's no chemistry there. You're just talking to each other on a phone, and then you just sort of sit there, just like, "Hi, how you doing?" Yeah,
Yeah, it just doesn't work.
yeah, it just
Yeah.
doesn't work. It's like us on Discord. If we weren't playing video games,
Oh,
we'd just
recording
be
a
sat in
podcast.
silence or recording
or
a
recording a
podcast. We'd just be
the-
sat in silence, just like, "So how you doing?" Yeah.
Unless you
yeah.
organise something.
And also, it's not like anything exciting's happening during lockdown that you could talk about.
And what did you do? I woke up, walked from my bed to my desk, turned
Yeah.
on my work computer, worked.
Was she even working at that time, or was it during
No,
the
she
time
wasn't
where
because she
was
wasn't
like,
furloughed
working.
on
She
that.
was furloughed. Oh, I didn't
yeah, I
get
was
furloughed. What would it like being furloughed?
I got furloughed for the first 3 months of lockdown. I think it was.
I got furloughed for a
It was great.
while.
Oh, I didn't get any
What
furlough.
was good as well is when I got furloughed, it was starting new tax year, so pay went up slightly because to do
Ooh.
about inflation. So I got paid more than I was when I was working a few months
I
ago.
noticed when I was working in a fast food place that shall not be named,
Golden
that
Arches.
depending on if I did a certain amount of shifts, if I did 4 shifts, I would be getting paid less than. So we had a flexi furlough at one point when we started reopening back up.
I forget you referred to them as a we. You still do that.
I hate that I still do that. I can still tell you how much carbon is in the vat based off the taste of a certain chicken product that I can't name because then you know which place it is I worked at. And I still have that skill. That enrages me that I can still do that.
Oh wait,
Fucks me off.
they indoctrinated you.
Yeah, they did. I know far too much about how that place operates, and I'm never going to be able to really forget it. Oh, my favourite thing is when I left, there was this lovely bloke called Alan, and he was an incredibly tall Scottish man, and he turned to me and went, "You're better than this. I want you to make me an oath." I'm like, "Okay, Alan, you will never return here." And I'm like,
I really
"Thank you,
hope our
Alan."
Scottish friend watches this.
That's how Alan speaks.
I think that was quite a good Scottish accent.
Like, I loved Alan. Oh, he just lived in the stockroom.
Did you change your job? It was
after
during lockdown. Yeah,
it was when stuff had started opening back up, and then I was looking for
Yeah.
jobs again, and then there was a big extra lockdown, and I changed jobs because of some basically drama that happened, and I couldn't work with some of the people at that place anymore. And
You
it
didn't
was
want to work
either
there anyway, did you?
I didn't really want to work there anyway. It kind of just gave me the sort of like kick up the arse I kind of needed to really leave because I'd gotten comfy there. I just got
Yeah.
comfy and
Oh,
settled.
that's a real issue, that isn't it? Getting comfy in your job. Oh.
Yeah, you're just like, oh, this is where I am. This is easy. I know what I'm doing here. I'm good at this. I was really good at working in unnamed fast food place. Like, sure, I wasn't like a model employee, but I did all the jobs. I did them well. But you know, upper management was always an interesting mixed bag because you either had your sort of your store sort of shift running people. They were generally lovely. Some of them were not nice, but like a lot of them were lovely, and they got on with me because I knew what I was doing. But your higher ups, your sort of your salaried stuff, they were generally prigs. Not gonna lie. Like they tried to be nice, but you could tell they were only being nice because when I was about to leave, they all started being really nice to me. When I handed in my resignation, they were like, "Oh, are you sure, Frank? Are you sure we can do all this stuff?" Like, I've been here 3 years. You were never this nice to me. You're only being this nice to me now because I've actually handed in the resignation and you're trying to get me to not leave because people resigning looks bad on your reports.
Didn't you hand your resignation on like a scrap piece of paper?
Yeah.
Okay.
People have handed in their resignations on
I
the
remember
back of
hearing about this.
receipts. Someone once did it on some tissue paper. I've seen someone do it on cardboard. That was fun. I considered getting a sorry for your loss card and then writing my resignation in there, but I figured that would be a little too sassy. When I was
That's a brilliant idea.
when I was
That is
when
a
I was
great-
Actually, yeah.
when I was leaving, we got a new salaried in, and she turned around to me and went, "Oh, but if you go somewhere else, you're starting from the bottom." And I'm like, "I'm at the bottom here."
That's a good point. Did you ever get that promotion?
No, because
I don't want to give away where you worked because clearly you don't want to talk about where you worked. But did you ever go up the ladder?
no, because the manager that was in charge of promotions was also the one that the drama happened with.
Ah,
So I felt like interacting with her.
imagine being in a job for 3 years and not getting promoted. I was there for a year and I'm already a senior.
Well, the thing is, what it was like getting promoted there was you did get paid a lot more. You get like a 50p-ish pay rise, and you suddenly got a whole bunch of extra responsibilities, and you've got upper management on your ass about stuff, and I couldn't be arsed with that.
That's what I like at home bargains. Like they wanted me to go for assistant manager, but like extra 20p an hour, and you have to do so much more.
Yeah, do
There's
you know why?
so much stress.
Do you know why they want you? Do you know why they'll pick you out, Ben?
Why?
Because you're young, and it'll be your first job. That's why they do it in places like that. Because they want you hooked. They want to keep you. They want to keep you in. Because if they can convince you, so fast food and stuff like that, if they can make you, so a lot of the time, if you're say working there at say 16, 18, when you hit like 20-ish, they want you for management because they know this is your first job. They know you don't have an experience of what your sort of working rights are, and they know that you feel the word manager has a lot of power. You start feeling like you're doing something. You're like, oh, I'm not just a work. What happened?
You talk about management and how it empowers young people to stay at a shitty company.
Yeah, so basically, it just holds you in, and that's why they want you there. So sorry, I got completely thrown by what the fuck just happened there.
I can tell it's something you thought about and have a very strong opinion on.
And to be fair,
I didn't even think of that
lockdown.
when they offered it.
Yeah, lockdown. I think helped me kind of. I don't know if it was lockdown or more the events that happened in my life leading into lockdown, and then the fact that lockdown happened and I had a lot of time to think wasn't. I'll admit I was in a rough place during lockdown. I did a lot of stuff that I shouldn't have done. I was not in a good place. I'll just leave it at that.
I think we've all gone through that period during lockdown, though. I remember at the start of it where I were really down. Ben loved it because he got to go for. Ben's loved it.
The furlough part was like one of the best. That's the happiest I've been in a long time.
Because you didn't have to work.
Yeah, because I really didn't like my job at all. I still don't.
Still there, still comfortable.
Oh,
I mentioned the word manager. Oh.
I just want to finish my apprenticeship, which should be done in like a few months.
Yeah, and then you could do something else.
Yeah.
I was saying that I feel like I would have changed my job if it wasn't for lockdown. I feel like I would have gone for something else, maybe more of a technical job than support. Support's awful. Just be a techie. You get paid loads to do. Well, you still do a lot of work, but you get paid a lot for it.
Yeah, I just think during the furlough part, it like changed or like reinforced my perspective of what I want from life. Like I get to wake up every day and just decide what I want to do then and do what I like. I have to worry about going to work or anything.
Do you feel disciplined for that? Because I feel like if that was me, I'd wake up and play Mass Effect all day, like I've done the past couple of days.
Well, I know if I could do that every day, I wouldn't just sit at the computer and play video games every day.
Man, that was me during like all the furloughed bit.
I was actually doing stuff. I was doing stuff like photography and airfix stuff. And what else was good as well was I started talking to you guys a lot more. So that was the time when we actually started speaking.
That's the thing. When lockdown started, everyone bought gaming computers. It used to be
It's
just
true.
you, Ben, and then everyone
I know.
bought a gaming computer.
I
Just it's
bought
like we're locked inside.
To be
And
fair,
I thought that was great. I got to play D&D for the first time ever, and I love it.
God, so much change for you, and life's just so boring and not change for me apart from our work from home. You stopped me from going to gym for a bit, and then we went again, then we stopped again. Now we're back at gym. That happened.
Well, during the first lockdown, we decided to go to the gym, didn't we?
Yeah, and then they got shut again.
Yeah.
Right now we're still going now. We're
Oh,
Coach
yeah, but
Frank into it as well.
if gym didn't get locked down, imagine how buff we'd be, Ben. I mean, I'm pretty buff. Have you
Okay.
seen me? I could do
Fucking
pull-ups
gunshot.
and everything, but
Oh, fuck off with some pull-ups, guy. It's because you got naught to lift up, you fucking
hey,
bastard.
I will have you know, I am a dense person.
You're not.
I
We can
am
tell you're
very
pretty fucking dense. Oh,
Another thing as well is that I got to spend a lot more time with my cats. Because I feel like at work, I just never get to see them. And I got to play with them more and have fun.
I really want a dog, but I know that because I work like 5 days a week at my new job, which to be fair, I fucking love my new job. I'm not gonna lie. So I've like having this. I picked it kind of on a whim. I was like, oh, that looks nice. That looks like I'm actually helping people out. I won't tell people where. I work in optics. I'll just say that. I'm not an optician, but I work in optics.
Got a apprenticeship though.
Yeah, it's an apprenticeship. Um,
Are you a labourer?
I wouldn't say so.
Okay.
I'm the one that gets to carry boxes upstairs because everyone else is like a 22-year-old girl in the store. It's me, a bunch of 22-year-old girls, and the management team. And so basically, my manager, who he just turns around to me and goes, "Oh, Frank, can you take that upstairs?" Whenever there's something heavy to lift, he points to me, and I'm like, "Yeah, I'm a man. I can lift things. I'm a big boy." It's like,
there'll be a time where you can't lift it, and then one of the 22-year-old girls you go lifts it with no.
Oh God, I'd be so.
And
I'd
you're
be
just
like,
I'm
yes!
no longer a man. I am not the alpha.
I'm no longer the alpha in this situation. Yeah, it's and I'm honestly loving it. And without lockdown, sort of limiting my job pool, I don't know if I'd have gone for the apprenticeship. I'd have probably just gone, oh, I'll jump into another form of retail, just because I was like, I'm comfortable with retail. I know what I'm doing in a retail environment. But a lot of the retail stuff was still shutting down when I was initially applying. But because the optics stuff, a lot of it, even with a lockdown, people were still having issues with their vision. That still needed to be done. They were still open. And also, it's a very different working environment from the fast food places that I was at before, because the fast food places,
it's a lot more professional.
Yeah, it's a lot more professional, but also you're not completely stuffy. Like it's not a hard line. It's more there's things that you just don't talk about. You're a bit more professional about the whole situation, and you also feel like the whole team's working together. Not elements of the team are fighting each other, which is nice. It's a different feeling than I've had in the past.
So that's the problem with fast food chains. They get people straight out of high school and they don't have any experience working. And I hate people saying, "Oh, you need experience working," but you do need to understand the formalities of working in an environment. You need to be professional, and a lot of people, especially coming straight out of high school, don't have that and they don't care. Oh my
God, the amount of fucking drama there is in a fucking fast food environment. Yeah. Or like anything like that. I don't know if Home Bargains and stuff like that is similar, Ben. But
there's a bit of drama sometimes, yeah.
But there was so much drama. Like someone would do something, someone would send a dick pic.
But that's because everyone were having sex with each other, and it's like
there's a lot of people banging. They're not banging in the restaurant, not all the time. Some people. I heard multiple accounts of people doing things in certain parts of the room. It was nowhere in near the food produce, which was.
But wasn't it where the food is stored?
No, the stock room is not where food is stored unless you count sauces and porridge.
I would not. I'm not getting a McDonald's porridge ever.
I don't even know they did porridge.
They do porridge in quotation marks. And also, you just outed me.
Yeah,
I
it is
motherfucker.
outed.
It's okay. You can just bleep it.
I can't anymore. Well, to be fair, I don't think any other
Good.
fast food place does porridge, actually. So I'd have to edit
Find
out the
yourself.
Yeah, fuck it. It was a McDonald's. Yeah, try and track me down. There's fucking 400 of the bastards.
It's okay. You're not planning on going back. They won't blacklist you.
Yeah, I don't ever really want to go back. I feel like the only time I'd ever go back to a Mackey's is if I was in a
we don't.
state.
You're not going back.
Oh yeah, Alan made me
End
swear
of.
an oath. Actually, I can't betray my word. I'd have to go to Burger King or something,
Oh God.
which I've heard is even worse. To be fair, I've heard that.
Work at the KFC next to the Macca's you used to work at.
Oh no, I wouldn't. I've heard horror stories about that KFC. People would leave that KFC to come work at the Mackey's and talk about how it's an upgrade, and I'm like, what do you mean this is an upgrade? This is your life progression pattern.
My God.
I
But
feel very privileged now.
with the lockdown, it led to a lot of circumstances that lead to where I am currently in life, and I feel a lot better than I did. Well, okay, so just before lockdown hit, I got dumped. This is something that is a thing. That's part of the reason why I bought a gaming PC, because I was like, I don't need women. I'm gonna play video games. And I had like a lot of money saved up because I was gonna take it to Amsterdam and all this other bollocks that I had planned. And I just blew it all on a gaming PC, and that's part of the reason why without that, I probably wouldn't have been speaking to a lot of the people I'm currently speaking to. Ben
I'm
included.
doing this podcast.
I wouldn't be doing this podcast. I'd be. I just wouldn't be
That's
doing.
a sad thought, actually. If this didn't happen and everyone didn't get game PCs, then it'd just still be me and Ben, the only two that play.
Yeah, just playing Rocket League.
Rocket League. And...
Yeah, you're just playing Rocket League, and there's the other
Ah.
people in the Discord in our. I won't name the Discord in case people can find it by the name, but our Discord channel that started because we were all playing Valorant. Well, not
I'm
all
going to
of
say
us,
there's
but
people there that I play games with all the time, and I've never met them in person.
Yeah.
Well, same for all of us. But
yeah,
they're like my
that's-
bezzy mates.
I got Huddersfield yacht, but wouldn't spoken to them.
yeah. Like I think kind of what happened was I was in their Huddersfield Discord and also in our sort of. Do we out where we live?
Yorkshireman Discord.
Yeah, our unspecified
Leeds. We can say Leeds.
No, because now they can track me down, motherfucker.
What?
Like,
There's
it's
loads of
no
Macca's
McDo-
in Leeds.
There's
There's two
actually
in the city centre.
there's actually 3 in the city centre.
Oh, 3 then? Oh, yeah.
That's 3 that I know of. Actually, there's probably 4 or 5ish. There's just a fucking shitload of them. You walk 5 meters and you're tripping over the
Yeah.
bastards.
Like Greg's.
But there's a lot of because I was in both those Discords, because I was playing Valorant with guys in the Leeds Discord, and then guys from the other Discord were also playing Valorant with. I was like, wait a minute. I'm currently playing in teams of 3 and teams of
merge 'em.
3. Why don't we just play in a team of 5?
The Discord we use at the moment, I originally set up, and it was named Valorant. I had
Yeah.
a Valorant thing. It was all about playing Valorant, and now it's just become the merged Discord for everyone.
Like, it's because everyone was in there and we were doing other. Inevitably.
Nobody talked about Discord for ages. Like, you're all just playing games, and I was wondering where you all were, 'cause you're never in your Discord anymore.
Oh, fuck. Did we not?
It's 'cause you didn't play Valorant, Ben, so
I
you
know.
didn't get that invite. It was literally, it was a Valorant Discord.
Yeah.
And
And
then
then you all just
eventually-
lived in there forever.
It eventually just turned into. But because it was more people were there, and inevitably we sort of gravitated towards those more people. And that. I feel like having that Discord as well really helped me through lockdown, because without it, I would have been limited to like PS4 party chat, like which or like Facebook Messenger group chats and stuff like that, and it wouldn't. And just being able to hear people's voices and seeing people, like you still have that. It's not the same as being around someone in person, but being
Yeah,
able to see
better.
some.
You
Disagree.
can't smell them.
And also,
We need 4D Discord.
that's just
Smell is
VR
not the
chat.
fourth dimension.
That's just VR chat. I'm just
but-
saying.
You can smell in VR.
Smell is not the fourth dimension.
Smell is the
4D.
yeah. Smell is the 4th dimension. I don't. We're gonna have I'm a 4th dimensional being.
You know
I
what?
can
I'll make some
smell.
scripts. what are the I can't say it.
Scratch and
Scratch
sniffs.
and sniff cards for the Discord and send
Yeah.
them to everybody. Would everyone like to scratch number 2?
Yeah.
What did you do? I just
You just
shit
farted.
myself.
I farted, but it was particularly eggy, so I need you to scratch number 6 for
I
me.
farted on each one of those cards individually. I hope you all appreciate it.
I and then covered it in this scratch solution.
But going back to the question, what were we talking about? It's a really odd thing because I feel like I've made more friends from being locked away in my house than I would have going out. Like the friends that I made are like the friends that my girlfriend has, and I end up having to go on nights out with them. And I don't like a lot of those people.
George, just drag
my
me along
God.
to have someone to talk to through the night. Like this, I'm telling you. I'll just get really drunk and shit talk them.
But the thing about night outs is they're rubbish.
I've only been on like one like night out in town.
The shit. They're so
Like
bad.
if it's not just
Yeah, I
like
prefer
I
just sitting in spoons.
sitting in spoons and then going to some house after, because I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, and throwing up in the sink as well.
All right, firstly, I didn't mean to throw up in the sink. That was your fault for giving me so many grapes. You should have given me access to that many grapes. When I'm drunk, you basically have to treat me like a child. And
I know.
I
had
because
to take you home.
Jordan was sober one. It was his responsibility.
yeah, George, you should have looked after me more. But
It's a good thing I drove. Else you wouldn't have been able to drink alcohol because I couldn't take you home to get your passport for an ID.
yeah, because I forgot my fucking ID. Because it'd be the first time I've been out in a year, and I forgot about getting ID'd. I just completely forgot about that concept because I was like, I look like an adult. Also, I was the only one at the table to get ID'd.
Yeah.
I was drinking hot chocolate.
That's true. Like, whose little brother did she think I was? I don't
know. You look a bit like Ben.
Oh yeah.
like Noah's, maybe? We've both got longish hair.
You've both got receding hairlines.
I don't have a receding hairline. Go fuck
That's
yourself.
because you cover it. Oh yeah, I've got a receding hairline. Look at this.
I don't have a receding hairline. This is just what my hairline has been. I've always had a huge fucking 5 head. Like I
when
can
I'm
fit
like this, literally, my hairline, I literally look like those people have man buns. This is what all of their hairlines look like.
That's because you're Vegeta.
You used to have a man bun, didn't you?
No,
You've worn it in a man bun before.
I've worn my hair in a man bun.
My hair's never been long enough to go in a man bun.
I like the length my hair's at right now. Sorry, we should.
So I had a little like a little strip of hair that I put up once just because I had enough hair to do it, but I couldn't get it in a man bun.
Okay.
Are you confusing me with someone else?
Yeah, I've got another
friend called George.
Yeah.
I mean, I keep on saying I'm going to get my hair like Geralt from Witcher 3, where has it shaved from outside and then has a little ponytail. I think that'd be really cool, but yeah, I could go around getting all the sorceresses.
But I don't think they're real. I don't want to blow you. I don't want to ruin your dreams here.
Neither's Geralt of Rivia, but guess what? I'm making him real.
That's fair, I suppose.
Then again, in the books, Geralt's supposed to be an ugly bastard, so I could do it.
Well, then you fit.
Yeah. No, I'm not fit. I'm an ugly bastard.
Is that your favourite tag?
No. What were we talking about?
Talking about how lockdown's changed us. And genuinely, I think lockdown has overall had a positive effect on my life. I've come out of this better than I was. Well, I said better than I was before, but that's as a person, I think I'm sort of more in control of myself and in a better place. Like, sure, I was a bit happier beforehand, but I think that was just because I had a girlfriend and I ascribed far too much of my personal value into those situations.
They're overrated.
His girlfriend, when you got a PC.
Exactly. With a PC, I can simulate many girlfriends.
You can play Subverse.
Yeah,
and have many girlfriends.
I could play visual novels and acquire as many girlfriends as a man could desire. Oh God!
You can have Discord parties where you all watch things together.
No, we're not going to talk about those Discord parties. That's a very ominous statement. I think genuinely I've come out of lockdown better off.
I don't know with me. I don't feel like much has changed. I feel like I feel like career-wise, it's held me back just because I've not wanted to do anything risky because, lockdown.
Yeah.
When if I were going to switch my job, the worst time to do it would be during lockdown because there's that much uncertainty as whether you're going to get a new job, all that sort of thing. Whether I don't know really. I don't know. I don't feel like I'm a very static person. Not a lot changes with me. I'm doing exactly the same thing now as I was at the start of lockdown. I'm in the same job. I still just waste my time playing video games.
I think it's pushed me to be a bit more productive in life. I've been trying other things instead of just sitting playing video games every night. Started doing like woodwork stuff.
But I miss
like
you, Ben.
I'm just playing video games.
I'm playing video games on my own now.
No, you're not.
I know. Just a lie.
No one wants to play Valorant anymore. I
Yeah,
don't want to play Valorant anymore. Fuck Valorant.
I want to get back into it at some point, but I feel like I think I'm a bit burned out on it, to be fair, right now.
I'm already burnt out on Apex. I was playing it last night. I'm like, you know what? I can't be bothered queuing for another game.
I feel like with a lot of these squad-based games, I feel like the main draw I have to the game isn't the game itself. It's playing with my friends.
Yeah.
I could be playing anything, really, but if everyone's involved and everyone's kind of enjoying it...
What we should do is should all get the original Mass Effect 3 and play the Mass Effect 3 multiplayer together.
Why?
Because it's great. I made it like level 5,000 in the PS3 version of it.
God.
Yes, but why would I want to do that?
Because you're a huge Mass Effect fan, like your friend me and your other friend. I don't know whether to say his name, but I'm gonna Rowan.
Whoa. Did you know that a guy called Rowan who plays Mass Effect? What? You just fucking doxed the man.
Yeah, knowing Rowan, he'd be like, "Why did you mention me on the podcast?" And I'd be like, "Because you're a cool guy."
Is he gonna watch it?
Hey, that's a good point. Rowan probably won't watch it.
Rowan will watch like the
he
first
watched our
episode.
Divinity videos that were made on YouTube.
Yeah, but that's because they were a mess.
He also
Oh,
really likes Divinity.
People will find the Divinity videos, Ben. People will understand what Chicken Boy is.
Anyone go to everyone?
That's the thing. We wouldn't have done that if lockdown wasn't there, because
that's
Frank
true.
wouldn't have got his gaming PC. And,
I do want to play
no,
Divinity again. I don't know if I want to play it like as part of the stream or just as part of the series, or just want to play Divinity.
We should just play it and not record it anymore.
Yeah.
We'll have to start again though, because I can't remember where we're at.
We have to start again.
I'll have you know, Scarlet Delphine.
Just watch the videos and you get caught up.
Yeah, we have a catch-up system.
What's the point where we're killing everyone in the fort? I went back.
My favorite.
To kill the
I think
the boss guy in fort.
Oh man, I'm not gonna lie. I still remember a lot of the lines from that, just because, especially my lines. I'm very self-obsessed. I've realized. God, I love.
I mean, you are the talent.
I do remember I was calling myself that during Ben's streams.
Remember when Ben streamed?
To be fair, I really want to play
streamed.
Oh yeah, but I think it was when the audio just kept getting fucked and the videos kept getting scuffed during one of the streams, and it just kind of knocked it out of me because I was like, oh, what's the fuck?
When you're playing that Jurassic Park game.
Yeah, and that kind of slapped it out of me. And also, I was struggling when trying to do solo stuff. Like when I'm in the group, oh, wonderful. Oh, we tried streaming that Civ game, but like we realized that halfway through a Civ game, we're like, oh,
I'm being knocked out of the game. This isn't fun anymore.
Also, oh god. Well, no, it's more like there was long pauses. Like I can't keep talking during a Civ game, and if I'm not going to keep talking, no one else is gonna. Like,
what are you talking about? I'm the talkative. I'm the talent.
George, if you want to be the talent, I really want to get back into Destiny. I'm not gonna lie.
You know what? I've been thinking about it recently. Really? But at the same time, do I have enough space on my computer?
Well,
it must be over a terabyte now.
And they're like a new DLC or something.
Yeah,
be online.
New season.
I've seen there's a new raid because someone we used to play Destiny with has been playing that raid all yesterday.
Are we in the raid from the first game with all the glass?
I think.
Yeah,
so.
It's come back.
Yeah, that's the first game
one.
Also, they're like making allies with the Fallen now, and there's Fallen babies that you get to see, and it's like, oh, adorable.
I don't know if I want to install it again though, because it's like 150 gig.
Yeah, but you know what's going to happen, Ben? If me and George install it, you're going to install it.
I've actually heard that it's really
not.
quite bad PvP wise because you know they had all that freezing stuff.
Oh,
Everyone,
yeah,
you
then
just
you
get
class it.
frozen all the time in PvP.
Well, I didn't like playing PvP anyway.
Oh,
I
PvP was
quite
bad.
like PvP Crucible.
I liked Gambit. Gambit was my favorite form of like PvP. Is
Yeah,
Gambit still even a
Gambit.
thing in the
I
game?
liked Gambit.
I didn't like Gambit.
I loved Gambit. You had the PvE element, and then you get to go fuck up the enemy team.
I just
My
like the
favourite bit
PvP because you just get a sniper and hide, and then just take them out slowly. And then
My
you can
favourite-
from getting salted.
Oh, the
Saying one shot
Xenophage!
you.
Oh, I love the Xenophage. I bet it's garbage now, but I'm still gonna run it just because it's
Can we
fucking
get
cool.
a Nerf conversion of Xenophage?
There's a Nerf conversion to Xenophage.
No, you should make one.
Oh, if there was, I'm not gonna lie, I'd buy it. I just love the
I remember
sound it
spending
makes.
2 weeks getting one exotic. And
Did you use
how
it?
they use it? Well, it was Izanagi's burden.
That's
Oh,
a sniper.
Yeah, that's a
I
sniper that
didn't
you
even
could
bother
put a whole
getting it
mag in.
because I was like, I'm not good enough aiming wise to get
Oh,
this.
it was a fun gun, but it's like I spent 2 weeks getting this, and is it really worth it? Because I got it,
We
and the
say this.
Xenophage was around, which
We
was just
say
a
this,
better
George.
version of it.
Yeah.
How many weeks did it take to get like gear in WoW?
Well,
Do
to
you
be
remember-
fair, I did more runs of that raid in Destiny to try get the entire armor set than I did grinding in WoW. I did that raid like
Oh,
20 times with strangers. And it was
It's-
It's
right.
just 3 strangers in Destiny, whereas you'd have to be with 20 and wow.
Oh my
they're all
god!
solid.
Yeah, that's one of the things as well that I quite liked with Destiny. You can do basically a lot of the content with like how many people? Like
with a squad.
most of the game is a
5 at most, I think.
yeah. Your strikes are 3 players. Your Gambit games are 4 players. Raids are what 5 or 6?
Yeah, 5 or 6, I think. I can't remember.
Yeah, like
think it's
you
6.
don't need to establish
Yeah.
a huge fucking guild where you have to get like 20 plus people to all be online on the same day.
Well, it
Yeah,
sounds like
and
we
then they
just need a
decide
better
they don't
guild
want to
leader.
play it.
A better
Sure.
guild leader.
It's better at organising things.
Shut up. Tried
I
organising
mean-
things weeks in advance and
And then
remind
people just didn't show up.
every day. And then they all complained at me saying that we don't do anything. And they don't
Yep.
show up.
Yeah.
Oh.
Can we stop talking about what?
Hey, I'm the salty one. I had to play healer because no one else would.
I love how we were a guild of like how many people, and we had like
I was the only healer, and we had about 70 people in the guild.
and a lot of them were classes that could be healer. As a warrior, I was exempt from this. Ben could have healed.
Ah.
Yeah,
could've-
but then we'd have to
Ben-
train up a new tank.
I was good at tanking. We had more tanks than we had healers.
we had a surplus. We had people asking to tank.
yeah,
and
and
then
Ben
when
was
we
good.
got to the point where we needed tanks, nobody wanted to tank.
Oh.
Well, maybe the guild leader needed to be more authoritative and
Well, I handed
make
over the guild to someone else.
And now it's dead.
Yeah,
know
'cause
what?
everyone stopped playing.
I'm gonna go back and play WoW.
Okay, you do that.
I don't think you should. You know what we should do? We should go play Destiny. That's man,
I don't want to get into another game right now.
that's fair. So I'd say lockdown did change me for the better. Not gonna lie.
It's just
I
me
agree with
friends.
myself. Yeah.
And George feels like his life hasn't changed.
Yeah. I felt like I realised I'm never really bored. I just lack the energy and time to do stuff. But like during the furlough part of lockdown, I was able to do so many more things that I wanted to do. Like I think I've read more books during that 3 months than I did in like 5 or
I
10
can't remember
years.
the last time I read a book that wasn't like a Warhammer Codex, where I was like, I need to make an army list, and then I never buy the models, but I'm like, yes.
To be fair,
this would
I
make a
can't
great
wait
art-
until my copy of Tasha's Cauldron and everything gets here because I just want to read about all the new druid
Oh
stuff.
yeah, D&D books. Oh,
Oh my god.
right.
He's gonna grab them all.
Oh no.
Have you got everyone apart from Tasha's Cauldron? Have you got the adventure books as well?
I
You
don't
don't
have
have
the
them.
adventure books. I next time I get paid, which I think is soon, I'm probably going to pick up the ones that I don't have yet. So I've got these.
You know what? I think I'm just gonna message my girlfriend and saying, you know what? Leave my birthday present. I've ordered it myself because I want it so bad.
Look at that! Look at all these books.
You know, if we get out 6th edition, are you still going to make us play 5th edition because you bought the
Yes,
books?
probably.
But the thing is, Ben, it's like Civ. When the new one comes out, it's bad until they get a few expansions in.
And I feel like I really like 5th edition as a rule set, and I know 5th edition. So 6th edition. Also, from what I've heard, I don't know how much they're actually going to do 6th edition because a lot of the time they don't market D&D 5th edition as D&D 5th edition. They just market it as D&D, which is
What do you think it's going to be like Windows 10? Like, they're not going to make any new ones going to add to it.
that's what I'm kind of hoping. At least that's what I also saw online people saying. But they've also done lots of changes recently to the way the core sort of race rules work for D&D.
Oh yeah, they've completely changed it, and it's.
I have mixed
disagree
opinions
with
on
it.
I feel like I know why they did it. Sorry, I'm having to put my books back. I've just sort of left.
Right, we're still all the Easter eggs in shot.
You can see my ass as well.
You're not supposed to deliberately show it.
I have to show my ass. It's one of my best features. Am I still in frame?
Yeah, you're fine.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Yeah. But we shouldn't get onto D&D conversation.
You know what?
People always stop listening.
We'll go on to my question now, because mine. So you could tie D&D into it. So last question for today: if you had to drop any recreational activity that you do, so when I say you do it, it's like a recreational activity that you value, you do spend a lot of time doing. What recreational activity would it be? So it could be Dungeons and Dragons.
I don't think I could.
Okay,
so I'd have to count the recreational activities I do.
I would say there's not a lot for me. I game, I go to the gym, I play D&D. I don't really watch things. I kind of watch things on Netflix and YouTube. I don't do a lot. I could say that I paint miniatures, but last time I painted a miniature was a couple of months ago.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. Actually, I painted one 3 weeks ago.
I mean, I do these painting nights that Ben's trying to set up, but he keeps on doing it on days where I'm not here.
Okay,
I said Tuesday. You agreed to it, and then you said, "Oh, I'll play my girlfriend Tuesday."
My girlfriend's on Tuesday.
We'll do it next Tuesday.
Next Tuesday or this Tuesday? Why don't we do it on Monday? It's bank holiday. Our friend don't have bank holiday.
The Tuesday coming up.
This Tuesday?
I don't have Tuesday off either. I don't have any of these days off. I'll just do it in the afternoon.
Work.
I'm on work this week, so I finish work at 7.
Well, I get home at 6.
I'm still finishing at 7 on Thursday. You know what? I'm going to drop painting because I never get the opportunity. That'd be a cheap one because I don't really do it. It's not really a recce. It's something I'd want to do more, but it's not something I do at the moment. I wouldn't be dropping it.
If I'm dropping it, do all the items that I have of it just disappear from my life? And do I get a refund?
Say if you dropped Warhammer, you still get all your Warhammer. You're just not allowed to use it.
Oh, that's gonna be extra depressing.
Yeah, so you've got it all there, and it's like I'm not
gonna lie, I've got at least. If I were to sell all my miniatures off, I probably have at least.
You could use them for miniatures in D&D campaigns.
That's true, but a lot of them wouldn't work for D&D campaigns.
Why do I look like a space marine?
Yeah,
druid look like a space marine.
Ben,
Warhammer D&D.
Ben, I feel like then I'm just cheating the system, aren't I? Ben, I have over how many Space Marines do I own? In terms of including Primaris and Chaos Space Marines, I probably own over 300 Space Marines.
You don't need to answer this if it makes you uncomfortable, but how much money do you think you've spent on Warhammer?
In 6th form, which was how many years ago?
4 or 5 years ago.
I worked out back then I'd spent about at least $1,500, maybe 2.
It's not that.
And that was before I had a job.
Have you bought a lot more since then?
Where'd you got that money from?
he's gonna go get all of his.
So, okay. Firstly, let's move the Halo Nerf gun. This isn't. Do I have? Oh, this is my hobby. I'm giving up. By the way, it's the Halo Nerf gun. It's a fucking great hobby, though. fucking love this thing.
Yeah, but if you did like paintballing or be airsoft,
I want to go paintballing, guys. Can we go paintballing?
Yeah,
oh,
it's right next
we
to our
probably
work.
can.
That's sick.
Oh yeah, isn't it? Which one? Oh, if I don't answer,
So
One
I've
of the
got-
dog smart work.
There's also my 2
I think
wooden
I know which
katanas
one.
that I own. But like, if I pan my camera sort of down-ish.
Oh, he's
So-
fucked up the overlay and everything.
Yeah, yes.
Oh, is that just fucks the
No,
overlay? Okay.
just do what you're doing. Do what you're doing.
I don't think you'll be able to see it.
Oh, well, we're not able to see it with the overlay.
No.
But I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. That kind of is a case. 5 cases of Warhammer here, and behind that I have another 5, and then I've also got a big green case here. So that's 11 cases. I also have a full cabinet here, and the last time I played a game of Warhammer was about a year ago. So because of lockdown,
Yeah, you can't play at the moment.
it's really depressing. Ugh,
Would
sorry,
you
I had
want to give it up if you've invested so much money into it?
if I had to give it up, I would probably make quite a bit off
Reselling.
reselling, because I've got a decently painted Hull Custodes army. I've got a decently painted like Imperial Fist force. Like I could make quite a bit off that, but I'd be so sad about it. I feel like if giving up anything would make me sad.
What's the other activities that you do?
Gaming.
If
Dungeons
I
and
gave up
Dragons.
gaming, I'd be so much more productive. But I
Would you
don't
be
think I
happy?
could give up. I don't know if I'd be happy. I don't know. I like the escapism of gaming. Like recently, I've been playing Mass
I think
Effect.
gaming's our
I've
main
been-
source of entertainment.
Yeah, like
It's like all I do.
if I-
though.
if
It's
I
not
wasn't
entertainment
gonna-
for me. It's my life at this point.
if I wasn't
bit
gaming,
of
I'd just be
moderation, then.
watching TV all the time. I'd probably just be spending all the
You'd
time
be
on
a goggle
Netflix.
boxer.
It'd be a reaction videos.
Oh, I'd be watching ordinary TV and be one of those people.
Yeah. Just watching half an hour of ads.
Watching soaps and things like that. I don't get how soaps have survived. They're so
Yeah, like
boring.
EastEnders and Coronation Street.
Yeah.
They're going for like 60, 70 years or something.
How do people follow those plot lines for that long?
I don't know.
Like people tell
It's
me
just
that
like, literally like a second life for them. It's just like, ooh, Dorothy's gone down to the thing and murdered someone today. Ooh, exciting.
Like
it's
you
like-
knowing all the lore of Warhammer and shit like that.
okay, there is not as much like I am betting, right? There is not as much like in terms of raw text. There probably isn't as much like Warhammer lore than there is Coronation Street lore. Like,
Yeah, but the difference is Warhammer's interesting.
yeah,
So
Warhammer has
it's just someone's
go-
everyday life where someone gets murdered or robbed or
The
dramatized.
crime rate in soaps is insane.
Trafalgar Square.
It's just
What
people
the
find crime interesting.
Yeah.
It's like-
I do
in
like
order
my true
to
crime
raise-
documentaries.
In order
Yeah,
to
but there's a
raise
difference between
interest in the
true crime
podcast,
and Coronation Street.
They're not true.
if we
But
commit
I mean, isn't
crimes, more
Coronation
people watch
Street
the
in
podcast.
Yorkshire? I mean, you could put Yorkshire Ripper in there.
Yeah.
I'd watch Coronation Street if it had the Yorkshire Ripper in it.
He's a homegrown Yorkshire.
Oh my god.
That documentary, The Ripper on Netflix, is actually really good.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Is it about the Yorkshire
I
one?
like
or
that
Jack?
you see places
Yorkshire
from
one.
like 50 years ago and they look exactly the same as they do now.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, I drive past that on the way to here.
I think it's
Yeah.
different. It's the police station in City Centre. It's not there anymore. It's where the Victoria car park is.
Wow, they replaced the police station with a car
I
park.
didn't
Yeah.
realise that's where it used to be.
Yeah, I remember I used to drive past it when I was young.
Oh fuck yeah! It's so
I would recommend that documentary. That is a good documentary.
Yeah, it's just funny hearing all people with proper Yorkshire accents.
Yeah, we
it's
should-
always wonderful.
As Yorkshiremen, we should be promoting Yorkshire things, even if it is a serial killer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's a proud export. You know, well, he wasn't even an export. He didn't leave. He's just he's just a
I
bit
can't
of
remember what happened to him. I remember he got caught. I don't know if he went to prison or was killed.
I don't think we had a capital punishment back then.
We haven't had capital punishment for a long time.
Yeah.
He probably didn't last long in prison, to be fair.
But the cool thing was, we're asking my dad about it because I got him to watch it. And like, oh yeah, I've been to that nightclub. Like where we're like trying to pick up on Yorkshire Ripper and stuff. Like, yeah, I've been there.
Was your dad the
Yeah.
Yorkshire Ripper?
My dad was not the Yorkshire Ripper. No.
I was talking to my grandparents because they used to remember going out when it was there.
Mm,
Fucking
Like I
hell.
was, yeah.
That's
different
mental.
times.
I know.
Then
Yeah,
again, the
so-
serial killers around now.
It's true. But I guess it's just because like 50 years is like, while it's not actually that long ago,
No, thank you.
for us it feels like a million years. Like it
Yeah.
feels like a million years for us. Like 50 years is actually, we can't actually comprehend that really. Because we
Think
don't
about
live
30 years ago in the 90s.
30 years ago was the 90s. That's fucking true.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm a 90s kid.
Yeah,
Fuck off.
98.
Yeah, 98 doesn't count.
Oh,
I-
you're
was
99 actually.
99.
Oh, we
I'm a
forget
90s
George is
kid.
a little baby.
Yeah.
We're
Yeah,
90s kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, George isn't allowed. George
I
wasn't
feel
even.
like I'm more of a 90s kid than you two.
What do you
I
mean?
were like proper
What?
into like all the 90s kid music. I were like right little emo me. Whereas you were a nerd that played Warhammer, and I don't even know what you were, Ben. What were you growing up?
I don't know.
To be fair, I think part of the reason why I never really cared about music as a child is because I was raised by deaf people. I'm not gonna lie. They never
I mean,
put the
you've got a point
like,
there.
because a lot of the time when you're little, like the music you're listening to, I'm assuming is stuff your parents are putting on, right?
Oh no, my mum listens to shit. She listens to
Well,
country
yeah, but when
music.
you were like
Oh,
really little, a lot of music that you'd have heard, I know from like some
bit of
friends,
Britney Spears.
like you'd have been hearing that on like the radio that your parents would have put on, right?
I don't know.
Yes.
I like the music my dad listens to. He listens to like Michael Jackson and proper like I don't even know. He listens to all sorts, does my dad.
But like,
But for
I
me,
don't, I,
it were my brothers that like got me into music, and he was a proper. He listened to like My Chemical Romance and all that stuff. So that's how where I got it.
yeah, I know that I can't make you stay.
Okay,
You giving it
ruined
Warhammer, Frank? Or something else?
No, I can't. I can't.
What would you give up?
I can't.
You know what I'd give
Okay.
up? I'd give up anime because I don't really enjoy it that much anymore, and I enjoy reading
guess-
manga more. So I'll just read the manga.
I thought-
I love a bit of manga. If I
Okay.
could replace all of my anime watching time with reading manga, I'll do it. You know what? I can do that. Why don't I just do that? Manga's great. Ben, don't watch anime, read manga.
To be fair, I probably also would give up anime. To be fair, because out of all the things in my life,
I
probably
feel
the
like
thing
I
I'm
don't
hitting-
really watch a lot of anime at the moment, though. Like I'm like 2 seasons behind.
is
on
that just
anime.
us metagaming though and picking the thing? Because like
I
in
mean, it
terms
is
of like
quite metagamey,
actually,
that.
if I wanted to get the most out of my life, it'd probably be gaming, right? Because I'd
Oh yeah,
I'd be so much more productive.
I'd have to look for something else to
Yeah.
do. But it doesn't necessarily mean I'll be productive. I could just replace gaming with watching Netflix, which
That's true.
arguably is
Yeah.
less productive, unless I'm just watching like educational stuff that makes me smarter.
I
there's-
guess. So
There's
we're
only
gonna
so
go
much
with
to watch on Netflix.
anime or gaming?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe I just give up the gym.
I can't do that.
No, I
That's not
wouldn't give up the gym.
recreation. That's for fucking purpose.
Well, I would class the gym as a recreational
Yeah.
activity.
I guess if I had to give them up, I probably would give up the gym, but that would just be because of a weakness.
No, I wouldn't give up. I do enjoy going to the gym. It's a bit of stress relief after work, especially when I'm working late and I finish work, get in my car, go to the gym. It's like, oh, it's lovely.
Well, it's something that keeps you fit and gets you going out.
Hey, gaming keeps me fit.
Mm.
Keeps my fingers
Yeah, you
fit.
got a very strong index finger.
My grip strength from pressing the mouse button, my grip strength in my one index finger is really strong.
I don't think that's how that works. I don't think that's grip strength. I think that's just
I've
grip
got
strength
a
is the whole
weighted
hand.
mouse that.
Oh, when you have to play seriously, you switch
Yeah.
to your non-weighted mouse and keyboard.
It
You
goes
see,
flying off.
My mouse does actually have weights attached to the bottom, but they
Why?
are so light that I can't even tell. I took the weights off the other day and I couldn't tell the difference.
Okay, so we're getting rid
Yeah.
of. So what are you getting rid of, George?
Oh, I don't know.
Because we've been at this for like nearly 2 hours now, so I'm gonna wrap
I,
us up.
I
I'll
haven't
get
said mine yet.
Well, you could fucking say yours quick then.
I always think, well, there's a saying for hobbies that you should have. One should be for pleasure, one should be to earn money, and one should be to get you fit on outside.
Okay, so which one's gonna be your ones?
I think gaming is the one for pleasure.
Yeah.
The one I'm doing for money is woodwork, and the one to get me out and fit, and that is the gym,
All of mine are just for
and
pleasure.
sometimes photography because I get to go outside.
I think it'd be really cool to get like a drone with a camera on it and just go to like the Yorkshire Dales or somewhere and just take really nice photos.
Yeah, I don't know what laws are for drones in Yorkshire Dales.
I believe it's a weight limit, so if it's above a certain weight, you're not allowed to fly them. I don't know the exact weight limit. I've not looked into it. I did about a year and a half ago when I was considering doing it, but I can't remember. I'll be honest.
Yeah, and the one I'd give up, I was thinking maybe woodwork or ethics. Just gotta find it irritating sometimes.
I thought you said ethics there, not ethics. So I was like, I'm
Ethics.
giving up ethics. I am abandoning morality. Mitch can go fuck itself.
It's waste time, doesn't it?
The things
Okay.
I could get done if I didn't have ethics. Ugh.
No, I think I'd give up woodwork or ethics or something because when you're doing it, you can get a bit irritated with it sometimes, and I do go like long periods of times not doing it.
It's because
I
it's
don't-
irritating. I understand. I feel like I'd probably have to give up. If I had to give up one
Still
thing in my
enjoy
life, it would probably be miniatures. I'm not gonna lie.
Really?
I know I've done a lot of it, but like,
You
in
feel like
terms
you
of
get
like,
the least out of it?
well, at least, especially currently.
Yeah, but say if you gave up gaming, you could spend all your time painting miniatures and organising to go to events.
That's true, but like a lot of the benefit I get from miniatures is doing it with friends. Like I playing those games against friends, and a lot of the time, it's the
Then you'd have
people.
more time to convince your friends to buy and paint miniatures.
That's true. I just continuously spam them in the Discord.
Yeah, you can go into more. You can start playing Necromunda properly. You can play
Yeah.
Age of Sigmar, 40k. You can play the fucking Lord of the Rings one if
I
you
do
want.
play the Lord of the Rings one.
You already
I've got an
play
army of Isengard.
I can't think of any other than actual Games Workshop ones. I'm not a miniature person.
There's War
Well,
Machine.
another thing we haven't
there's-
mentioned is the podcast as well. Because we
Is that a
spend time
hobby?
recording.
This is a job for me, Ben. I have
This
to
is a-
wake up early in the morning.
It's 10 a.m.
It's nice. It's early. It's a Sunday, Ben. The day of rest is no longer the day of
Oh,
rest.
okay.
Is this going against the core tenets of your religion, George?
You know, Ben. Yeah, I'm giving up podcast. Bye.
I can give it up.
No, but if I've got the option to, then I'd just be replaced by another talent.
Yeah. Who would we replace George with?
I don't know. You'd have to do like a recruiting system.
We'd have to have an interview process. A trial episode that we have.
There'd
Yeah,
have to be a Yorkshireman as well.
That's true.
which most of our friends are.
That's true. We're very like homogenous in our group.
There's like one
just
Scottish
leave
person.
That's true. There's the one Scottish person who I've managed to offend already this episode.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
Yeah,
I'll give up anime. Sure, that's what I'll do.
I think I'd
I
probably
can
do
still
the
read
same.
manga.
I'm probably gonna do the same. Yeah.
And then I'm not out of touch with the like anime community because it'd be like, oh yeah, I remember when that happened in the manga.
Yeah. Oh, you're one of
I'd be
those
a
people?
manga
Oh,
reader.
go fuck off.
God.
And
So
Ben,
that'd
what
be
are you?
hilarious. I wouldn't know where the anime is at because I'm not allowed to watch it. So I'd just be talking about the manga, and they'd be like, "What are you talking about?
They
That
spoil
character's
it.
not dead."
Yeah.
Oh,
didn't
you
know.
don't read the manga.
And what are you giving up, Ben?
I think woodwork or ethics. Yeah.
Fair enough.
I still find it fun, but I
But
feel
it's just
like
you're not
that's the
getting as
easiest
much
one I
out.
could give up.
Yeah. I get you. Right. So that's been 3 questions, 1 from each of us. Do we feel any less confused than we normally are?
We ever?
Have we ever managed this? One day we'll end an episode and we'll be like, we're not confused anymore.
No, when we're not confused, the podcast ends.
Yeah, it's
We're no longer confused.
just going to be a hard cut. Just bam. No more podcast. But yeah, I've been Frank.
I've been Ben.
I am George.
That's true. It is not the past. And we've been Confused Yorkshiremen. So yeah, if you want to see our faces, look at the YouTube version of this video. However, if you're an audio listener on any of the podcast streaming services we've got this on. Don't know which ones we've got it on. Ben's the one sorting that one out.
I like how you just
Maybe all of
made
them.
Ben has to sort that now because you've said Ben.
Yeah, now that is now Ben's problem.
Frankie is running
Ben's
the
job.
Twitter.
I will be running the Twitter apparently. It's gonna go awfully. But yeah.
Catch you next
See
time.
ya.
Bye.
Bye.